व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरा वनचारी यमुनातीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरा वनचारी यमुनातीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर श्री राधे जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद श्री श्री राधा माधव की श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jai Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jai Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So it's a very, very big purport. So we are going to complete, like the first section has been already done. I'm going to do the middle section, and the next Monday they will have the third part. So we'll recite the verse first. It's from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Ādi-līlā, chapter 5, the glories of Lord Nityananda Balram, verse 41. Vasudeva Sankarshana Pradyumna Niruddha Advitiya Chaturvyuha Eturiya Vishuddha Vasudeva Sankarshana Pradyumna Niruddha Advitiya Chaturvyuha Eturiya Vishuddha Vasudeva Sankarshana Pradyumna Niruddha Advitiya Chaturvyuha Eturiya Vishuddha. Word to word meaning. Vasudeva, the expansion named Vasudeva. Sankarshana, the expansion named Sankarshana. Pradyumna, the expansion named Pradyumna. Aniruddha, the expansion named Aniruddha. Dvitiya Chatuvyuha, the second quadruple expansion. This, Turiya, transcendental, Vishuddha, free from all material contamination. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Aniruddha constitute this second quadruple. They are purely transcendental. So we are reading the purport from Sutra 42, right? Shankaracharya. Yeah. Shankaracharya says, Sutra 42. So this is Shankaracharya explaining his point of view on the Lord. It's not Prabhupada is saying this. You have to understand it's a bit impersonal. So he's explaining his point of view, then Srila Prabhupada will comment. And then we will discuss what is explained here. Shankaracharya says, Sutra 42, that devotees think the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, Sri Krishna, to be one, to be free from material qualities, and to have a transcendental body full of bliss and eternal existence. He is the ultimate goal of the devotees who believe that the Supreme Personality of Godhead expands himself into four other eternal transcendental forms: Vasudeva, Shankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. From Vasudeva, who is the primary expansion, comes Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha in that order. Another name of Vasudeva is Paramatma. Another name of Sankarshana is Jiva, the living entity. Another name of Pradyumna is mind. And another name of Aniruddha is Ahankar, false ego. Among these expansions, Vasudeva is considered the origin of the material nature. Therefore, Shankaracharya says that Shankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha must be creations of that original cause. Great souls assert that Narayan, who is known as the Paramatma or Super Soul, is beyond material nature. And this is in accordance with the statements of the Vedic literature. Mayavadis also agree that Narayan can expand himself in various forms. Shankara says that he does not attempt to argue that portion of the devotee's understanding, but he must protest the idea that Sankarshan is produced from Vasudeva, Pradyumna is produced from Sankarshan, and Aniruddha is produced from Pradyumna. For if Sankarshan is understood to represent the living entities created from the body of Vasudeva, the living entities would have to be non-eternal. The living entities are supposed to be freed from material contamination by engaging in prolonged temple worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, reading Vedic literature, and perform yoga and pious activities to attain the Supreme Lord. But if living entities had been created from material nature at a certain point, they would be non-eternal and would have no chance to be liberated and associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When a cause is nullified, its results are nullified. The second chapter of the Vedanta Sutra, second Khanda, Acharya Veda Vyas, has also refuted the conception that the living beings were ever born. Na atma shruter nitya vachatabhyah. Because there is no creation for the living entities, they must be eternal. Shankaracharya says, Sutra 43, that devotees think that the Pradyumna, who is considered to represent the senses, has sprung from Sankarshan, who is considered to represent the living entities. But we cannot actually experience that a person can produce senses. Devotees also say that from Pradyumna has sprung Aniruddha, who is considered to represent the ego. But Shankaracharya says that unless the devotees can show how ego and the means of knowledge can generate from a person, such an explanation of the Vedanta Sutra cannot be accepted. For no other philosophers accept the sutras in that way. Shankaracharya also says, Sutra 44, that he cannot accept the devotee's idea that Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha are equally as powerful as the absolute personality of Godhead, full in the six opulences of knowledge, wealth, strength, fame, beauty, and renunciation, and free from the flaw of generation at a certain point. Even if they are full expansions, the flaw of generation remains. Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha, being distinct individual persons, cannot be one. Therefore, if they are accepted as absolute, full, and equal, there would have to be many personalities of Godhead. But there is no need to accept that there are many personalities of Godhead, because acceptance of one omnipotent God is sufficient for all purposes. The acceptance of more than one God is contradictory to the conclusion that Lord Vasudeva, the absolute personality of Godhead, is one without a second. Even if we agree to accept that the quadruple forms of Godhead are all identical, we cannot avoid the incongruous flaw of non-eternity. Unless we accept that there are some differences among the personalities, there is no meaning to the idea that Sankarshan is an expansion of Vasudeva, Pradyumna is an expansion of Sankarshan, and Aniruddha is an expansion of Pradyumna. There must be a distinction between cause and effect. For example, a pot is distinct from the earth from which it is made, and therefore we can ascertain that the earth is the cause and the pot is the effect. Without such distinctions, there is no meaning to cause and effect. Without such distinctions here. Furthermore, the followers of the Pancharatric principles do not accept any differences in knowledge and qualities between Vasudeva, Shankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. The devotees accept all these expansions to be one. But why should they restrict oneness to these quadruple expansions? Certainly we should not do so. For all living entities, from Brahma to the insignificant ant are expansions of Vasudeva, as accepted in all the Shrutis and Smritis. Shankaracharya also says, Sutra 45, that the devotees who follow the Pancharatra state that God's qualities and God himself, as the owner of the qualities, are the same. But how can the Bhagavad school state that 6 opulences, wisdom, wealth, strength, fame, beauty, and renunciation, are identical with Lord Vasudeva? This is impossible. In his Laghu Bhagavad Amrita, Purva 5, 165, 193, Srila Rupa Goswami has refuted the charges directed against the devotees by Sripad Shankaracharya regarding their explanation of the quadruple forms Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. Rupa Goswami says that these 4 expansions of Narayan are present in the spiritual sky, where they are famous as Maha-avastha. Among them, Vasudeva is worshipped within the heart by meditation because he is the predominating deity of the heart, as explained in Srimad Bhagavatam 4.3.23. Shankarshana, the second expansion, is Vasudeva's personal expansion for pastimes, and since he is the reservoir of all living entities, he is sometimes called Jiva. The beauty of Sankarshan is greater than that of innumerable full moons radiating light beams. He is worshipable as the principle of ego. He has invested Anantadev with all the potencies of sustenance. For the dissolution of the creation, here he also exhibits himself as the super soul in Rudra, in Adharma, the personality of irreligion, in Sarpa, snakes, in Antaka, Yamraj, the lord of death, and in the demons. Pradyumna, the third manifestation, appears from Sankarshan. Those who are specially intelligent worship this Pradyumna expansion of Sankarshan as the principle of the intelligence. The goddess of fortune always chant the glories of Pradyumna, the place known as Ilavrata Varsha, and she always serves him with great devotion. His complexion appears sometimes golden and sometimes bluish like new monsoon clouds in the sky. He is the origin of the creation of the material world, and he has invested his creative principle in Cupid. It is by his direction only that all men and demigods and other living entities function with energy for regeneration. Aniruddha, the fourth of the quadruple expansions, is worshipped by great sages and psychologists as the principle of the mind. His complexion is similar to the bluish hue of the blue cloud. He engages in the maintenance of this cosmic manifestation as is the super soul of Dharma, the deity of religiosity, the Manus, the progenitors of mankind, and the Devtas, demigods. The Moksha Dharma Vedic scripture indicates that Pradyumna is the deity of the total mind, whereas Aniruddha is the deity of the total ego. The previous statements regarding the quadruple forms are confirmed in the Pancharatra Tantras in all respects. In the Laghu Bhagavatamrita, Purva 58600, there is a lucid explanation of the inconceivable potencies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Negating Shankaracharya's statements, the Mahavaraha Purana declares, I'll read the translation. All the varied expansions of the personality of Godhead are transcendental and eternal, and all of them repeatedly descend to all the different universes of the material creation. Their bodies, composed of eternity, bliss, and knowledge, are everlasting. There is no chance of their decaying, for they are not creations of the material world. Their forms are concentrated spiritual existence, always complete with all spiritual qualities and devoid of material contamination. Confirming these statements, the Narada Pancharatra asserts, the infallible personality of Godhead can manifest his body in different ways according to different modes of worship, just as the Vaidurya gem can manifest itself in various colors, such as blue and yellow. Each incarnation is distinct from all the others. This is possible by the Lord's inconceivable potency, by which he can simultaneously represent himself as one, as various partial forms, and as the origin of these partial forms. Nothing is impossible for his inconceivable potencies. Krishna is one without a second, but he manifests himself in different bodies as stated by Narad, the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. It is wonderful indeed that one Krishna has simultaneously become different Krishnas and 16,000 palaces to accept 16,000 queens as his wives. The Padma Puran also explains the same personality of Godhead, Purushottama, the original person who is always devoid of material qualities and contamination, can exhibit himself in various forms and at the same time lie down in one form. In 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam it is said, O my Lord, although you manifest yourself in varieties of forms, you are one without a second. Therefore, pure devotees concentrate upon you and worship only you. The Kurma Puran it is said, The Lord is personal, although impersonal. He is atomic, although great. He is blackish and has red eyes, although he is colorless. By material calculation, all this may appear contradictory, but if we understand that the Supreme Personality of Godhead has inconceivable potencies, we can accept these facts as eternally possible in Him. In our present condition, we cannot understand the spiritual activities and how they occur. But although they are inconceivable in the material context, we should not disregard such contradictory conceptions. Although it is apparently inconceivable, it is quite possible for the Absolute to reconcile all opposing elements. Srimad Bhagavatam establishes this in the 6th canto. O my Lord, your transcendental pastimes and enjoyments all appear inconceivable because they are not limited by the causal and effective actions of material thought. You can do everything without performing bodily work. The Vedas say that the Absolute Truth has multifarious potencies and does not need to do anything personally. My dear Lord, you are entirely devoid of material qualities. Without anyone's help, you can create, maintain, and dissolve the entire qualitative material manifestation. Yet, in all such activities, you do not change. You do not accept the results of your activities. Unlike ordinary demons and demigods who suffer or enjoy the reactions of their activities in the material world, unaffected by the reactions of work, you eternally exist with your full spiritual potency. This we cannot fully understand. Because you are unlimited in your 6 opulences, no one can count your transcendental qualities. Philosophers and other thoughtful persons are overwhelmed by the contradictory manifestations of the physical world and the propositions of logical arguments and judgments. Because they are bewildered by word jugglery and disturbed by the different calculations of the scriptures, their theories cannot touch you. You are the ruler and controller of everyone, and whose glories are beyond conception. Your inconceivable potencies keeps you unattached to the mundane qualities, surpassing all conceptions of material contemplation. Your pure transcendental knowledge keeps you beyond all speculative processes. By your inconceivable potency, there is nothing contradictory in you. People may sometimes think of you as impersonal or personal, but you are one. For persons who are confused or bewildered, a rope may appear to manifest itself as a different kinds of snakes. For similar confused persons who are uncertain about you, you create various philosophical methods in pursuance of their uncertain positions. Okay, so I will complete this part. And furthermore, 1, 2, 3, 4, many pages are there. It will be continued by the another speaker. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhaya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So what is happening here is that Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is answering the impersonalist argument by their leader, which is Adi Shankaracharya. So what we heard in the purport is that Adi Shankaracharya is commenting, and it's been refuted by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the verses which is going to come further also. But Prabhupada is explaining everything in this purport. He cannot wait. Whenever there is a chance to smash the impersonalist, he just gets in the active mode. And it's such an active mode that the purports are like 10, 20 pages. No. But it's mercy of Srila Prabhupada which helps us to understand that Krishna is a person and you cannot limit him because he is a supreme person. We are not a supreme person. We are a conditioned jiva, tatastha shakti. We cannot compare ourselves with Krishna. So Shankaracharya is misleading the monist because that's his reason for his appearance. To mislead the monist because they need something in their life, so Krishna provides them. Okay, you don't want the personal aspect? Okay, have an impersonal aspect of the absolute truth and be happy with that. But as he's an impersonalist, he needs to argue with devotees also, and he's doing that also. So Srila Prabhupada is giving references of Srila Rupa Goswami from Laghu Bhagavatamrita, where Jiva Goswami is explaining the exact meaning of the aphorisms of Vedanta Sutra. So this is Sharirika Bhasya by Shankaracharya, which is like commentary on Vedanta Sutra. And many places he's saying that we cannot accept this statement of Vedanta Sutra, because you cannot accept such statements. And what is that statement? That Krishna is expanding, and the expansion is same like Krishna only. How this is possible? If pot is made from earth, how it can be same to the earth? It needs to be different. If it's not different, then then the cause is nullified. And why the cause is nullified? Because everything is expanding from Sankarshan, and Sankarshan itself is a jiva. Some Sanskrit meaning he is taking. And then he's saying if jiva cannot be liberated, so he is not liberated, so how is the expansions liberated? Which is Pradyumna, Aniruddha and Vasudeva. So such arguments he is framing from this point and that point, and concluding that Krishna cannot be expansive. As per his understanding, what he is giving here, 1 minus 1 is 0. But from spiritual understanding, Purnam Ida, that 1 plus 1 is 1, and 1 minus 1 is also 1. Nothing can be added to the absolute, nothing can be deducted from the absolute, and whatever comes from the absolute is also complete in itself. Purnam Idam. So that's the understanding, which is Krishna also giving many places, which is even mentioned in Vedanta Sutra. But as an impersonalist, Shankaracharya is arguing with devotees how they can accept this. But we need to understand that Krishna is not a material object. Param Satta is not a material object which can be touched by experimental knowledge. Scientists, or so-called scientists, they want to achieve what we say ascending process, or will explore, and they're always uncertain. Spiritualists, they have a descending process. They accept from higher authority. That's it. If I want to know my father, I'll ask my mother. That's it. No argument. No, I think my mother doesn't know who is his father. We start doubting our mother only. And then they want to prove by DNA test or DNA testing, and which is created by the man itself, who are imperfect themselves. So they are readily agreeing to depend on their imperfect senses, and they are expecting perfect results. This is called cheating. Cheating religion, which is very famous nowadays. So this is not a process to understand. We need to receive from the higher source. If you want to know God, hear from God. And then try to understand what he's trying to say. If you want to come to my house, I'll give you the address to reach my house. You cannot speculate. I think Prabhuji is tall, so he might be living in a tall building. No, this is not the speculation way. You need to understand, take this left, take this right, this is a process. So Krishna is giving the process, how to understand him. And what is the process? Bhaktya mam abhijanati, become my devotee first. Why are you trying to become a scholar, speculative scholar? By your own whims, by your own limited senses, you want to understand me. Do devotional service. This is the only way. And we see a nice pastime where a scholar wants to meet Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and I want to discuss some philosophy, some high philosophy, Vedanta Sutra, this and that. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, oh, I'm busy right now. You can wait, and I'll meet you later. So I said, okay, he's such a big scholar, I can wait for him. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, such a great person. And he waited, then he sent his servant. Maharaj sent his servant, and this guy is waiting, engage him in some services. What he will do? So the servant was smart. He didn't took him directly to the kitchen. He took him, oh, see the temple campus. We have this facility, that facility. This is the kitchen of the Lord where cooking is happening. So many utensils are getting created because so many offerings are being made. Oh, but we don't have anyone to clean right now. You are free, right? So you can do the cleaning, time being. And it's a nice service to do for the Lord. I say, he couldn't argue, such a big scholar, and said, okay, I will do it. He started cleaning. And we know how many bhogas the Lord is offered, and we have so many DDs, how many plates will be created. It was washing, time passed by, and it was evening already. So many hours, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was going around. He saw this guy cleaning utensils, and he asked him, You wanted to discuss with me something. Do you have any questions right now? Oh no, all my questions are answered. Everything is answered. Divya Gyan Hridaya Prakashito. By the mercy, things are revealed. You don't have to speculate. But it will be revealed then when you take shelter. And whose shelter to take? Tattva Vidhi, who knows the absolute truth. So our process is descending. We try to receive the knowledge. We don't speculate on knowledge. Because speculation leads to, what do we say? Destruction, we can say. In relationship also, if you speculate, you can destroy the relationship. Oh, he's trying to say this, but he's behaving like this. But why you want to just ask what the person is saying? But we have a tendency to speculate, and that's why it leads to nowhere. So the content here is that, which I explained, that the four expansions, the quadruple expansion, which is coming from Krishna only, and in what sequence? Krishna expands himself, Swayam Prakash, which is Balram. Balram expands himself in Pradyumna and Aniruddha, and then these four are expanded into second quadruple, which is Vasudev, Shankarshan, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. And they are in different directions. And they are all powerful as the Lord. But Shankaracharya says, oh, this is not possible. Name me a person who can create from him false ego and senses. And his only basis is that this Shankarshan is a jiva. He cannot create. And based on that argument, he is going here and there, and confusing everyone, and concluding, no, this is not possible. So I won't discuss that part much. I will discuss what Prabhupada is saying and what we need to understand. So, our philosophy is clear. Krishna is expanding, and his expansion is same as Krishna and different also. Achintya bheda bhedatva. Simultaneously one and different. And who is giving this philosophy to us? Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself. So what to understand, how to understand Krishna is given everything. We don't have to create anything. We just have to follow. And even in one of the purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying that Etat padam tat jagat atmanaha param sakrat vibhatan savitur yatha prabha. That just as the sunshine is non-different from the sun, the cosmic manifestation is also non-different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is all pervasive within this material creation. Then, jnana bhitta brahmatayaha, that the whole cosmic creation which is coming from the Lord appears to be different, but it's non-different also. It's same also. And then the comparison is given with the sunshine. The sunshine is sun only. Oh, sun is here, because we are seeing the sunshine. But when you stand in the sunshine, are you standing on the sun? No, there is a difference also. The temperature of the sun is such huge. You will be burned. But when you stand here in the sunshine, you are peaceful. You get energy and everything. But on whom the sunshine is dependent? On the sun. Prabhupada also uses an analogy that when we open the window, the sun enters. Do really the sun enters? No, the sunshine enters. So that's the way to understand that they are different and same also. And this is the meaning of Achinta Bheda Bhed Tattva. And with this, everything can be understood. All the contradictions can be understood. Otherwise, so many theories are there, we can get confused. We can literally get confused. But this, which is given by Krishna himself, clears everything. And why Krishna has to give this? Because Krishna says, Sarva Dhamman Parityaja, surrender. But we guys know, we want to know everything, then we will surrender. We are a very conditioned category people in Kali Yuga. The Mahaprabhu said, okay, let me give you more mercy. Let me make things more simpler for you. But if you literally want to understand, just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. With this, everything will be achieved? Yes, everything will be achieved. Why? Because in this instruction, the mercy is available. The instruction carries the mercy also of the instructor. So what we need to do, just follow. Because you don't know anything, so just follow. And then you try to judge, then you try to understand what he's saying, what are the results. If I'm following as it is, it's working. Then you can use your intelligence. And if you really want to use your intelligence, try to understand try to comprehend the mercy of Mahaprabhu, which is going each and every corner of the world and creating the crack in the universe, which is creating a scope for the fallen jivas to go back to Godhead. This is Namo Mahavadhanaya, Krishna Prem Pradayate. He's just giving Krishna Prem without any distinction. Without any distinction. You are not eligible because you are like this. Oh, you were a sinful person last life. No, he's giving mercy to everyone. That's why Namo Mahavadhanaya. So, we see in many pastimes also where Krishna expanded himself. And here Prabhupada is giving the example of the queens in different palaces. Krishna had 16,000 queens and they had 16,000 palaces. So, Krishna is not limited like us. It's like one person, he was already married, he was in his 40s and 50s. And when you are in 40s and 50s, you have gray hair and you have black hair. But he wanted to enjoy more, so he married again. And he married a younger girl, which was around her 20s. So he kept them in two different rooms. So when he used to go to his first wife, which was older, which was like same as his age, she used to comb his hair. I mean, she used to comb his hair. She used to say, oh, my hair are so many white. His hair a little bit blackish. If he looks younger than me, they will say, this is your son. So while combing, she used to pluck all the black hairs. Only white hair should remain so that he matches me. When he used to go to the younger one, she also used to comb his hair, comb the hair. She said, oh, so many white hairs. If he goes with me, they will say, he's my father. When she used to comb, she used to take all the white hairs. What was left? Hare Krishna. Completely clear. This is our limitation. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna expands. When he expands, he is present each and every palace, simultaneously, performing different activities. And this is what Narad Muni saw. And this is what he explained in his Narada Pancharatra. And we also hear the pastime of the king Bahulashva and Shrutadeva. So both of them were devotees of the Lord. Very nice devotees of the Lord. And when Krishna entered with his companions, they both went to the Lord and said, please come to our house. Please come to our house. And Krishna was traveling. How many houses he can attend? So he said, okay, I will come. So Krishna, he expanded himself and he went to both of their houses. And not only he expanded, his companions also expanded. That's the beauty of Krishna consciousness. Not only he expanded, his companions also expanded. All the sages, all his associates, they all expanded in two different personalities and they simultaneously visited Bahulashva and the Brahmana. One was rich, one was poor. So when he went to the king offered, received him very graciously, offered them the seats of honor, nice elevated seat, bathed his lotus feet, and then the water sprinkled on his hair. Then a huge feast was there, Mahaprasadam, 50 dishes, 100 dishes, and he fed sumptuously. And after feeding him, then he went to the Lord. He holded the lotus feet of the Lord on his lap, and he was massaging. While massaging, he was crying that finally the Lord came to my house. Same time, Krishna was his associates in the house of the Brahmana. And Brahmana is a poor person. No facility. Somehow that he arranged the mats also. He didn't have mats also for so many people. He borrowed mats from the neighbor. Simple mats on the floor. Gave them the seat, sweet words. And he was so jubilant, the Brahmana. He took his shawl and waved like, oh, Lord is here, Lord is here, Lord is here. So jubilant. And then sweet words, he made simple offering, whatever was there in the house, and served the Lord. Externally both, one is rich, one is poor. Offering is very rich, materially very poor. But devotionally, same. Both had the same kind of devotion towards the Lord. So we think Lord is different. But no, it's the same Lord reciprocating differently as per the devotee's desire. This is what we need to understand, the philosophy of Achinta Bheda Bhetattva. It seems to be different, but it's simultaneously same. And by this, things get so wonderful for us, so beautiful for us, that we can really overcome this mental, speculative mentality. So, the basic flaw of the impersonalists is that they limit the Lord by their limited understanding. They don't want to follow, so they limit whatever they can comprehend, like that. Once I was arguing with the AI, there was an assignment to argue with the AI about you become a devotee and he's an atheist. So I told him, like, what's the source of your knowledge? Like, we don't have any source. We try to understand on our own. So everybody will understand as per his own way. So what's the ultimate conclusion then? I asked him. Oh, we are working on that. We have not concluded on that. So if you're not concluded, then why are you giving judgment that God doesn't exist? Stop. Things you don't know, don't speak. That's not your. I am not speaking on quantum physics because it's not my field. Similarly, there's a spiritual field which you don't understand, you do not following the process, and you don't believe in that. So keep quiet. Simple as that. So the flaw is that they want to limit the Lord by their limited understanding. And what they limit? By their own imagination. And this is called impersonalism. We imagine things. Personally, we see the reality, we know the reality. That's called personalism. Krishna's hair is black. It's curly. We know that. We don't have to imagine something. Krishna's body is bluish. Comparison is given. Monsoon cloud. So nothing to be imagined. But we see that even in the process of bhakti, impersonalism has entered. People are impersonal. Why? Because they start imagining. And that's the mood of sahajiyas. They imagine, oh, Krishna has come to my dream. Radha Krishna both has come to my dream. Talking to me, speaking to me. Someone is pulling my gopi dress. So many things they imagine. And say, oh, I'm such an elevated soul. When I sing Hare Krishna, tears start flowing. But it's not tears, it's pasina. It's sweat which is coming from your eyes. It's not tears. But they imagine, and this Prabhupada says this is impersonalism. Actually, it might seem, oh, it's bhakti, oh, bhav and rasa and so many things. But internally, it's all hollow. Starting imagining. What we are doing, we are trying to project ourselves on Krishna instead of Krishna projecting on us. We are projecting our mind on Krishna and imagining things. But Krishna must come to our mind. And when he will enter to our mind? When it will become pure. And pure means you have to follow the regulative principles. You cannot jump. If you jump, what will happen? The process, that stage which is like anartha nivritti, that will be hollow. And when something is hollow, how it can last? It cannot last. That's like if I want to build multi-levels floor construction, I need to construct ground floor, right? Oh no, I am elevated soul. I will just directly go to 7th floor. Hawe mein, in the air. No, you have to build something. So similarly, you have to follow the process. Association, sadhu sangha, bhajan kriya, anartha nivritti. Then nishtha. Then you will get taste. Then you will get bhav. Why jumping? This jumping is not helpful. It will destroy everything. So that's why we should not jump ahead of our stage of realization. If you are struggling to associate with devotees, we are in the stage of sadhu sangha. Don't expect anartha nivritti. It's a long way to go, bhai sahab. It's a very long way to go. So first appreciate the understanding that you must love devotees to get purified. You cannot hate devotees. So you must like to associate with devotees. Then you can expect bhajan kriya. You don't have nice feelings for devotees. How can you do your bhajan? Impossible. How will Krishna enter on your tongue, in your heart? Impossible. If Krishna doesn't enter, how can you expect purification? And then jumping, bhav. So many rules and regulations in this ISKCON, I want to go somewhere else, where there is no rules and regulations. Do what the hell you want to do. And show that you are a elevated devotee. You will fall like anything. Your life will be hollow. Then you have to pretend, cry, this and that. Sahajiya. Need to be very, very careful. Because the process is given by Krishna himself. Tad vidhi pranipatena pari prashnena sevya upadekshati te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. Don't jump. Don't try to please yourself. Follow the process and please Krishna. So that's our way of doing that. And even Night of Devotion explains that there are different types of hearts. Some heart is like gold, golden heart, where they're very grave, it doesn't get shaken. When emotions come, they are very stable. And some heart is like a cotton swab. Some wind comes, ooh, something nice kitchen, oh, so much bhav comes. But your heart is a problem. You're not purified yet. You're not elevated yet. We see some very emotional thing, we start crying. That doesn't mean we have got purified. We see the Lord, oh, the tears is coming, but your heart is poor. But still, you have to understand that we need to be grave also. We cannot neglect the reality that I'm still conditioned. I'm still contaminated. And try to speculate and imagine, oh, I'm crying when I'm chanting. Oh, Krishna is my heart, Krishna is my dream. I'm talking to Krishna. No, don't jump. This is impersonalism, which has entered even, not entered means it's around the bhakti realm. And we think it is bhakti. So we have to deal with the reality, which is not easy. And what is the reality? We are all dependent on the mercy of our Guru and Krishna. We are all dependent. We are made up of mercy. Nothing else has made us. We have been made by mercy. Each and every day being made. On our own strength, we are nothing. We might be a pious person last life. Might be doing bhakti also, not completed. But if you want to start bhakti in this life, you need a devotee to enter in your life. Activate the bhakti process. On your own, you cannot. On your piety, you cannot. So you need mercy. In the last stage, when on the strength of your bhakti, you cannot remember Krishna, the devotee will come to you and shout loudly, Hare Krishna, to make you remember Krishna. You need mercy in each and every stage of your life. So we cannot be bereft of that. We cannot stay away from devotee. And that's the whole reason to create this organization, ISKCON. To talk about Krishna, to serve Krishna, to help Krishna's devotees. That's it, nothing else. There's no other reason of creating ISKCON. And if you don't follow the purpose of the organization, what's the use of the organization? There is purpose of organization, there is organization itself. The organization is not following the purpose, it's hollow. So what's our purpose? The seventh purpose. How many people know? Seventh purpose of ISKCON. The whole essence is focus on Krishna, serve Krishna, glorify Krishna, and help each other in this. Nothing else. Nothing is the purpose of Krishna consciousness movement. Money will come, temple will flourish, temple will not flourish, many things will happen. But one thing will be always stable. The process of devotional service, which is always there. In an AC room it's there, in a hot room is also there. It's up to us what you want. You want Bahiranga Shakti or you want Antaranga Shakti, which is devotional service. Bahiranga Shakti is facility. Mobile phone ka recharge, right? Mobile phone, ghadi. I need to know time. Prabhuji, kitna time hai? I need watch. I need nice dhoti kurta. Better quality. Not 100 rupees meters. 1000 rupees meters. This is not. It can come, it can go. It's material energy. It's always constantly changing. But process, by Antaranga, it's not changing. It's always there. It's up to us. So Mahatmanas, they always take shelter of Antaranga Shakti. And if we do that, then we can be stable in our spiritual life. If we are just attached or attracted to the facilities, then we are always neophyte. Today paneer, tomorrow not paneer, oh. Today kirtan, tomorrow no chance for doing kirtan, oh. This is our external. We should go in the internal, which is hearing and chanting. So whenever we meet devotees, what we should do? We should hear and chant. And if we do that, then we can expect purification. When we speak, when we give a class, what we do? What we know about this? We read again and again, we hear a class of Srila Prabhupada, and then we try to come to an understanding what is Prabhupada trying to say, and then we speak as it is. What we have done? We have taken the remnants and we're giving as it is. Nothing. We are just postman, delivery guy. His Holiness Haldar Swami Maharaj was giving class. I saw that video. And everybody was clapping. Oh, Maharaj, nice, such a nice class. And Maharaj said, for whom you are clapping? Me? What is my qualification? I've done nothing. I'm just like this speaker. We just imitating the sounds of the book given by the Acharya. Do we clap for speaker? Oh, no, such a nice sound. No. So I'm a speaker. We say, speaker, today's speaker of Bhagavatam class. I'm just a speaker. What's my qualification? And Prabhupada says, our only qualification is that we give as it is. That's our only qualification. And if you do it, then we can expect some miracle in our life. So today, before giving the class, you might have said that such a technical purport. I was thinking, what will I say? So technical, no pastime, nothing. What will I say? Then I remember this was that If you have mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then difficult things become very easy. And if you don't have mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, easy things become difficult. And how to get that mercy? Then I got this shlok also. Maharatna thui yena mahapriya sthane yashoratna bhandare shri ananta vadane. That just like a great jewel, a very precious jewel is kept in a very nice box. Favorite place, right? Similarly, like Krishna's glories is kept in a jewelry case of Lord Ananta's mouth. Ataeva age balrame rastavane karila se mukhas pure chaitanya kirtane. When a person offers prayers to Lord Balram, then what will happen? He will find the glories of Lord Chaitanya appear in his mouth. So when you take shelter of Balram, which we do when you pray, take shelter of Guru, it's easy to glorify Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it's easy to glorify Krishna. So that's the whole essence of depending. Depending means I follow. Depending doesn't mean I don't follow. Oh, I'm depending on you, but you don't follow. It means we need to follow. And if we do that, then we can really expect some miracle. So we follow the process. It might not please us. Very difficult. Getting up every day. No chutti, no holiday, even Sunday. Every day Mangal Aarti. Every day chanting the 16 rounds. One day I chanted the whole year. 364 days. 365, can I get a leave? Not possible. But if you do that, you will attract mercy. Oh, for myself, I don't want to do. Okay, but Krishna wants that. Okay, I will do. So when you start doing something for someone else, this is love. Because love means you conquer. And how can you conquer? When you do something for that person. So if you do it for that person, and this is how you conquer the person. If you don't do, how can you conquer? And this is the whole mood of spiritual world. Everybody is trying to conquer Krishna by the services. They're doing more and more and more and more. And by that devotional service, Krishna is getting attracted. And when Krishna is getting attracted, they want to do more than that. It's never ending. Anand Mayo Abhyasat is full of bliss. Now it's up to you. Do you want to enter the depth? Or you want to play around? Oh, I'm in bhakti. If you want to really experience, dive in. And dive deep also. No up, down. Then you can see what is there in the ocean. Then you can see what jewels are there in the depth of the ocean. Then you can be absorbed in bhakti. Staying on the shore, it will be always disturbed. Some ship is going, some this is happening, always some disturbance. So Uttamadhikari means he dives deep. So we have to dive deep in the process. And if we do that, then we can overcome the obstacle, which is fruitive and speculative mentality. There is no other way. So this is our process, devotional service which attracts Krishna, and that is the secret of the spiritual world also. So if you want to go back, start living that life here only. You cannot expect to go back to Godhead by not living the life right now. You have to live that life, tolerate, stay together, help together, and glorify Krishna. You have to live that life right now, and then you can be used to it and can go back and qualify it. So thank you. Hare Krishna. Any questions? We have 4 minutes left. Any question or any comments? I tried my best to cover the points as per my capacity. So if anyone wants to add anything or ask anything from the class, we can take questions.
Hare Krishna, Guru. Thank you. You mentioned like unconceivable potency of the Lord, but we are being trained in a way, material knowledge, or we have been brought up like that, that still we don't accept that. Maybe listening daily, listening to the scripture, but how do we integrate that, the mind, and so that we start accepting that Lord is inconceivable, the devotees are inconceivable, and the process is unconceivable.
So when they capture an elephant, when the elephant is very huge and strong, you cannot tame him. It's very difficult. So what do you do when he's a small elephant? They tie him to a, rope, chain. And with that, the small elephant cannot do anything. He is tied up. He is conditioned. He cannot think that he has strength. When he becomes a huge big elephant who can crush the whole building also, but when he's tied to a simple rope also, cotton rope also, he won't do it. Because he's conditioned to think that he is weak than this chain. But what's the reality? So similarly, when we are conditioned, we accept that conditioning. So Krishna consciousness means bringing revolution in that conditioning. What is that? Try to have faith what is being spoken here. I cannot fathom it, I cannot understand it. No problem. Have some patience. Yeah, Krishna will see that you are ready, Krishna will reveal also. Can we fathom so many planets are in the spiritual sky? No. So the basis of this understanding is to have some initial faith, some appreciation. And with that we can overcome our conditioning from so many lifetimes or so many years also. There is no other way. You cannot accept, you cannot, what we say, bring your material conditioning and try to understand spiritual topics. No, it doesn't work. You cannot be rude and impudent and arrogant and believe and expect that I will receive spiritual knowledge. No, that's not the process. The process is given clear cut. If you follow, you will receive. If you don't follow, you won't receive. So to the doubt that how can we comprehend the inconceivable potential of the Lord, accept that Krishna is inconceivable. Simple as that. And you accept that, then you can understand, oh, it's beyond me. Krishna, please help me. And when Krishna sees that you are ready, then he will reveal also. Just like chanting the holy name of the Lord. The name is same like Krishna. But when we chant, we feel like that? No, right? It's like, Kab khatam ho, just get done with it. 60 months, boom, done, don't let me see you. That's our mentality. So this is right now our level. But if I ask you, Prabhuji, tomorrow you have to give your feedback to me. And you cannot utter even once the holy name of the Lord. Can you do that? You might not have taste, but you cannot live without it. So this is initial level. So with time we get that higher understanding and we can comprehend that Krishna is inconceivable. But initially we need to have that faith. That's it. The one who has like complete faith on Guru and Shastra, all the purpose of the Shastra revealed to him. Just by having faith on Guru and Krishna. Confirm. Just have faith. That's the only thing. So we can strengthen our faith by hearing. We have to hear again and again, again and again. And by that, we can really understand Krishna. So, thank you. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for your class. So for some time, you were very much hammering that we should not jump, that we should take the process nicely. And also you were mentioning how sometimes we judge things in a very impersonal way, even though we follow a very personal process. So I remember a few months back, I was doing CC reading with my friends, and the same topic came out about that sometimes we are very much contaminated with impersonal point of view and the way how we deal with each other and the way how we judge things and the way how we see things. So my question is this: so we are contaminated by this, that actually to the point that we don't know we are contaminated, okay? How to be conscious about it? Should we understand how the impersonal philosophy works in order for us to detect when those tendencies comes? Or how to be conscious about it? Because now, after these few months that I got into all these type of conversations, and now hearing your lecture and you very much explaining very nicely this topic, is something that really scares me actually. So I don't know if you have some tips or maybe you can elaborate more about it.
I'll try to something. I'll try to assist you. So if we analyze our whole day, we get up early in the morning. Do we want to? No. We get up because to please our Guru. We don't do for ourselves, for Guru. We take bath. Previously we don't used to take bath so early in the morning. But we do take bath. Why? Given the instruction. We come for Mangal Arati. When we come to the temple, first thing we do, we knock and we offer our obeisances. Do we do in our office? No. But we do that. So what is happening in this process, the whole focus is shifting from ourselves to our Guru. Because conditioning life means me and mine. My perspective, my understanding, my this. Spiritual means you try to understand the instructor's perspective, Krishna's perspective. And this is what we're doing every day, every time. coming to Aarti, offering obeisances, then taking darshan, offering obeisances, at altar is closing, offering obeisances, again and again. We are shifting the focus from me to Guru, or we can say Krishna. So by this shifting process, which we do every day, we can become more personal. Because when our focus is on ourselves only, that's not personal, that's impersonal. We are just concerned about ourselves, which is called selfishness. So to broaden this understanding, which is like Annamaya, Gyanmaya, it's like mind's higher consciousness, means you understand each and every one, they are all related to Krishna. And that's why you love them, because you love Krishna. And how can you love Krishna? When you follow his process. So by doing every day, the focus will shift, Prabhuji. And then the scary part which comes in everyone's life, that will disappear. So, not to worry, on the right path. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai, Samasta Bhakta Vrindi ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hare Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.